Danielle joins us now with a first look at the weather, and it's really a similar story tonight compared to what we had last night.
Carbon copy, rinse and repeat. This is really Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even parts of Thursday. Looking at that same type of idea here where we get some good chunks of sunshine in the morning hours, and then we look at this possibility of thunderstorms in Calgary. We certainly have that again for the evening hours, through the supper hours in through the early evening, clearing out by about 8:30 for our chance here in Calgary. And as you can see, there's already all the thunderstorms along the foothills at this point. 25 degrees is the current temperature and also our daytime high. It's pretty quiet in the city at the moment, but we are looking at, again, that potential for thunderstorms. 27 degrees downtown. Big Four having its grand opening sales event at Tazaa Park. Tazaa Park is sitting at 25 right now. And as we say, rinse and repeat, carbon copy, all those types of things. Same thing goes for tomorrow. 25 degrees is a high with a chance of late day thunderstorms. More details coming up.
Okay, you got your eyes peeled for storms passing through Alberta.
Right.
Are they coming close to Calgary?
Yeah, there's one cell that's just to the west of us right now. Arrival time, if it doesn't die out before it gets here, which a lot of them are doing, will be about 6 o'clock here in Calgary. So heads up. There is the potential, but we're not looking at the environment being ripe for severe storms. Here's your Capital Chev sky cam, looking pretty good right now. We had a lot of sunshine today. We have some cloud cover now. Air quality health index at a 4. And that'll get a little worse tomorrow, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But near Edson, just south of Edson, we have this storm tracking, and it's tracking to the southeast. But again, they're really dying out quickly right now because we don't have the intensity. We don't have the right setup in the environment for things to last really, really long or intensify to the more severe level in most cases. Of course, we still have to be careful out there, but you can see this line of thunderstorms along the foothills tracking off to the east. I'm going to zoom in at Calgary and show you what I mean, because there were a couple storm cells over these last 3 hours, and you can see by the time they get closer to Highway 2, just rainfall. So they weaken pretty quick at this point. We also have this cell, though, and this is a decent cell just almost south of Cochrane. So if we get this, it will likely be in the south end of Calgary, likely just in the form of rain, but if it still has the intensity, it will be a thunderstorm in Calgary by around 6 o'clock. So there is that potential, and really that potential up until about 8:30, 9 p.m. in Calgary, and then things will quiet down for those overnight hours. 25 degrees daytime high and current temperature, 17 Prince George Airport, 26 in Peace River, 25 in Fort McMurray. Temperatures getting a little more reasonable in northern Alberta, northern BC right now, but the heat is building in through Medicine Hat and Milk River. Got into the 30s for today and currently sitting at that mark as well. Futurecast looks like this, and again, we're looking at the same idea for the next couple of days where we get sunshine in the morning and then instability later in the day. Same thing goes for tomorrow. The difference tomorrow is at 9 o'clock, still the potential for thunderstorms. And as I fast forward this, even showers and even showers and thunderstorms possible in through the overnight hours. Sorry, let's restart this. So 7 o'clock tomorrow, again, sunshine for the morning hours tomorrow, and then in the afternoon, later in the afternoon, potential for thunderstorms, but again, still at 9 p.m. and still in the overnight hours. So overnight thunderstorms are even possible, or just isolated showers in Calgary too. So be on the lookout for that. That's really the potential for the next couple of days, those late day and overnight thunderstorms. Smoke quality, you can see the white up top, so the poorest air quality up to the north, but look at how some of that will filter down through tomorrow. So we'll go from a 4 on that air quality health index, which is the lower end of the moderate part of the scale, and then we could get to about a 5 or a 6 by late day tomorrow. So we're looking at smoky waves at times. Capital Chev 5-day forecast, mid-20s for the next couple of days. Sunshine in the morning, late day thunderstorms possible. By Friday, though, the system arrives, and that should deliver long-term widespread rainfall on Friday, up 10, maybe even 15 millimeters of rain, and much cooler temperatures with a high of 19 by then.
Even coming tonight, Danielle, thunderstorms brewing around us.
Yes, it's basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rinse and repeat weather. We have This carbon copy forecast as we go here. So we had the same thing yesterday. Sunshine for much of the day, clouds increasing, and then if you look west, because in the west end we have a thunderstorm just starting to creep in. Now, the good news for Calgary is that a lot of these cells are really dying out and weakening to just rainfall by the time it makes it to our city, but some lightning is possible with the ones that are just heading in. You can see this line of thunderstorms here. You can also see thunderstorms in the southern interior BC, but to focus on Calgary right now, you can see that cell just starting to make its way into the southwest part of Calgary. Again, it is starting to weaken as it does so. So mainly rain for us, but it could come with some lightning. And there's a couple cells off to the north of Cochrane, just starting to creep into Cochrane as well. So it's an active afternoon, active evening. Up until about 9 p.m. is when we have the potential for these on and off thunderstorms. 24 degrees is the temperature right now, and the same idea for tomorrow. Your longer range forecast coming up, Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. Let's bring Danielle back in now as we look ahead to our 5-day forecast, starting with a little rain tonight.
Yeah, a little rain tonight. Thankfully, all the cells, the storm cells that are tracking towards Calgary, really dying out to just rainfall for the most part, reaching Calgary. Cochrane, though, dealing with a bit of a thunderstorm, but these are all non-severe thunderstorms that we're dealing with in the south end of the province for today. 24 degrees is the temperature right now in Calgary. Again, rain just starting to creep in to the southwest side of the city, and 30 degrees in Medicine Hat. So in the southeast corner of our province, we are certainly getting some increase in heat today, and it's cooling down way to the north where they've had temperatures in the 30s for days and days. So that heat warning is starting to retreat in the north as well. Now in the south end, we're not looking at any watches or any warnings. We're looking at basically the same type of weather pattern even as we get through tomorrow, but we may be a little smokier tomorrow. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Here are the thunderstorms that have developed along the foothills. They're tracking off to the east, and they're dying out pretty quickly and weakening pretty quickly as they head towards the east. So just to zoom in and show you Calgary area, Cochrane area, here's a cell that's really just creeping into Cochrane, the south edge of that. This should die out and weaken by the time it gets to the QE2 around the Airdrie area to just mainly rainfall. You can also see the cell that was tracking towards Calgary now in Calgary in the southwest side, but at this point it's mainly just rainfall, and that's really the story of what's happening. They can't get the intensity, which is a good thing for us. We don't need hail. Here's the cell around Cochrane, and again, that will track off to the southeast and to the east, so Airdrie will see some of that rainfall from that soon. We are looking at these pockets of rainfall and non-severe thunderstorms possible up until about 9 p.m. tonight. Then things clear out at 10, and then tomorrow is similar idea. Sunshine for the morning hours, clouds increasing throughout the afternoon, and then we get into the potential of those later in the day thunderstorms once again. So that is the potential. But the difference tomorrow is that we have the potential from about 4 or 5 p.m. up through the overnight hours. So even at 4 a.m. and through Thursday morning, we could be getting pockets of showers. So the activity will just last a little longer. All right, when we look at air quality, you can see smokier to the north. That's where we have the poorest air quality. But you can also see it starting to filter down. So tomorrow, today we're at a 4. So we're at 4, so the lower end of the moderate part of the scale. And by tomorrow, we should be at a 5 or a 6 at times. So a little smokier tomorrow. Same idea otherwise. Sunshine for the morning. Thunderstorms possible later in the day. Similar thing for Thursday as well. It's Friday. Longer term widespread rainfall, about 10 millimeters. And cooler temperatures will struggle to get to 19 degrees. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle.
Skywatch camera. It's a little darker in the south end because we do have some rainfall there. But luckily, this was a storm cell before it moved into Calgary, and it did weaken by the time it got here. So just rain in the south end. But around the Cochrane area, tracking towards Airdrie, there is a cell that we do have to talk about. Currently, we are sitting at 24 degrees. Today's high was 25 and normal is 23. So we're really right around where we should be for this time of year. All right, radar and satellite showing you the line of storms that developed in the foothills tracking off to the east. As they tracked off to the east, they really weakened quickly, which is some good news for most communities. But there are a couple cells, not severe cells, but maybe one producing a little bit of smaller size hail. So a non-severe cell, but still something to watch out for. So in Calgary, this storm cell died out to just rainfall by the time it got here. So in the south end of Calgary, we do have rainfall right now. You can also see this one. I'm going to pop out the lightning so you can see the actual cell, and you can see the pinks and purples here. This one potentially producing some smaller size hail. Now, likely the hail core will die out before it gets to the Airdrie Crossfield area, and it'll just be mainly a non-severe thunderstorm, or maybe by that point just rain, but something to keep watch for because it is tracking towards the east. Again, for us here in Calgary, we have the potential of non-severe thunderstorms or just some isolated pockets of showers up until about 9 p.m. tonight. All right, 30 degrees in Salmon Arm for tomorrow, 26 for Edmonton, Foothills, more thunderstorms developing, and we could see that late in the day in Calgary as well. Lethbridge, Medicine Hat, high 20s and stable. Capital Shive 10-day trend showing you much cooler temperatures for Friday and Saturday, but we bounce back up to the mid-20s by early next week.
The owners of 3